Welcome to the Flying Carpet Studios in Redondo Beach, California. You're listening to Dead Air LA. Welcome to Dead Air LA number 2. And I am very excited. I have a very eclectic, I know I've used that word before, but that's a good word. It should be used more. And it certainly can be used today because I have Charlie Watts, I have Chris Gore, and I have my old friend, a good friend, a solid friend, a trustable friend, a friend that continually borrows money whenever he gets a chance, Ben Wilson.
Thank you.
You remember Ben Wilson, don't you, ladies and gentlemen? Neighbors and co-workers and people that can breathe. I don't know what to tell you. Welcome, guys, and I'm glad everybody's here. This is Dead Air LA. This is the second episode. I'm here and I'm excited. I've got I guess I'll just have to ask Chris before I forget. Will you come back and do it again?
Yeah,
because I know I'm going to run out of time asking you all the things.
Sure.
Hold on. The red phone is calling. Hello. I can't talk right now. I'm in the middle of Dead Air LA episode number 2. I'll have to talk to you another time. You want to just say hello? All right. Bye-bye. Love you. All right. I'm sorry about that. That was my sister Teresa or Terry. She's one of those people with a few different names. And how terribly embarrassing, you know. That's why a lot of times family is just overrated, completely overrated. So what I was saying is I'm just excited to have you here, and I hope you'll come back because I know I'm going to run out of time. I have so many questions. And Charlie, you are the owner of the Flying Carpet Studios here in beautiful, and this is a beautiful studio. What do you think about this studio?
Very nice.
It's amazing.
Unbelievable.
Thank you very much.
Unbelievable. And so I'm excited to be here. Let's just start right away before we do anything. Charlie, do you prefer the Quran, the Bible, or the Yellow Pages? I want to swear you in.
I'll take the 3 Bibles. I'll lose the Yellow Pages. That'd be okay.
Oh, that's nice. It's nice
All
to
right.
have that.
So
you want both the Quran and the Bible, or one
yeah,
or the other?
Yeah. I'll take both of them.
All right. Put your hand on the top of the Bible.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll do this. How's that? Does that work?
No, actually, it
one?
won't. You got to put one hand on, cover them both, and then raise your other hand.
Okay.
That's your right, or
That's
it's
my left hand.
right, your left.
Correct.
Yeah. All right. Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God, while you're on Dead Air?
Maybe. Is that a yes or no?
We need a yes or a no,
Oh,
Charlie.
okay. Yeah, then, I'll be a yes. Okay, it'll be a
Thank
yes.
you, Charlie. Way to go. Way to making that more difficult than it had to be.
Thank you.
Chris, Bible, Yellow Pages, or Quran?
Let's go old school. I'll go Bible. Why not?
Dynamite.
Let's do it.
Dynamite.
Okay, here we go.
Jesus. Everybody loves Jesus. Chris Gore, do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God, while you're on Dead Air?
Yes, I do.
Dynamite. Thank you. Ben, you've been sworn in.
I've
You've been on it before.
sworn in. I know the deal.
Yes, I know, but you're going to be sworn in again because this is Dead Air
We didn't see you get sworn in.
Yeah, and there was no witnesses.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
You the Quran, the Bible, or the Yellow Pages?
The Bible.
Ben? The Bible. And your other hand is up in the air. And do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth to help you God while you're on Dead Air?
So help me.
Thank you, man. All right, thanks, guys. Everybody's sworn in, so we know we're going to get the truth about anything that we talk about. Let's just get the weather out of the way. Today it's 74 degrees, and that would be 23.8 degrees Celsius here in lovely Redondo Beach. Biometric pressure is 29.35 inches of mercury.
Barometric?
Biometric, yeah.
Is there an I in there? Or?
Biometric.
Okay.
So you want to start right away, huh, Ben? Is that it? The last podcast, you didn't say nothing. You didn't even know anything about Black Lives Matter, and now you want to start butchering me on my pronunciation of biometric. All right, just so we know where you're at. 29.95 inches of mercury. The dew point is 63, and 17.1 degrees Celsius. The winds are about 8 miles an hour out of the west again, off the ocean. We're about 20 minutes from the ocean. And the moon again tonight will be a waxing gibbous. High tide is it's going to be approximately about the same height as it was last time. The sunset is going to be 8:03, 8:05. Humidity is 70% humidity. The ultraviolet is 7. Air quality is 63. Visibility is 10 miles. It's always 10 miles. I don't know why that is. Were you in the military, Charlie?
No, but I was in military school.
I see.
Huh?
And the chance of rain is 0. So that's it. Let's get that over with.
It's good sniper visibility.
And I guess I'll just start with. We'll start with you, Ben. You were in the Comedy Store documentary. You were kind of apprehensive about being in.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it now?
It's great. I get recognized. Yeah, I don't have to wait in line at the pump anymore.
So you're gonna f with me this whole podcast. Is that it? Your job is going to be f with me this whole podcast. Charlie, so you're the owner of the Flying Carpet Studios.
Yeah, I'm a co-owner.
Tell us about yourself. How you got into the recording business, studio business.
Yeah. I started out when I was 13, I guess, in Virginia. Near Charlottesville, Virginia is where I grew up. So I went to the radio station when I was 13 because you can work in Virginia. You can work full-time, 40 hours a week when you were 13 years old in Virginia when I was growing up. So I went to the radio station and I met with the program director and I said, yeah, I've already got a job in, Palmyra, little town.
Charlie, just...
So that's it. Started a radio DJ.
Oh, so you've been a radio DJ.
1260 WCHV. Yeah.
So you remembered Englishtown, New Jersey.
Oh, yeah.
Raceway Park, New Jersey. Sunday.
That's it.
Raceway Park, New Jersey. You know, remember that commercial?
That's right.
Crazy Eddie?
Yeah.
He's insane.
Did those 14-inch records.
And how old were you when you came out to the West Coast, California?
I originally came out to California in 75. We were touring with the Village people. And so I was sound engineer for those guys starting out. We'd done a bunch of tours with Foghat and then hopped over to Live
Did you
Sound.
say Foghat? Uh-huh.
Go for the titty. Yeah, those guys. Yeah. Anyway, so I came out here then and started working in a studio. I worked as a alarm installer first. It was a beautiful day, beautiful part of California. You could come out here. In 1975, I had a job the next day, and I had a 73 Eldorado, which just drunk gas. And so, especially after putting
Thank you, Charlie. Thank you.
That's it.
And
I started.
you're originally from Colorado, is that right, Ben?
That's correct.
How old were you when you came out to California?
I came out partway through college.
And started to mess with
89.
white people. What year?
89.
89.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
must
I've
have
known
seen
Ben.
each other.
I've known you since I've been in Los Angeles. 89.
89.
Wow.
Yeah.
We might have seen each other at some drug party somewhere.
I was probably had
Brian's
his
party.
back.
Yeah.
Dragging him out.
And Chris Gore is just. You're originally from Michigan, Big Rapids, Michigan.
Well, actually Royal Oak, Michigan, but yes, I was born in Big Rapids. But I came out here also in 1989. That's it's a seminal year. It's
All right.
the Michael Keaton Batman movie came out, and you and I moved to Los Angeles. So there you go.
All right.
You went to high school at Royal Oak, Michigan.
Royal Oak, Michigan. Yeah, exactly, precisely. Whatever use high school was at that time.
And I'm just going to read some of your accomplishments, and we'll get to touch on them. But it's just that's why I'm so happy you're
This
here.
is embarrassing, but
No.
but-
This is
yeah, sure.
you're the kind of person that was knowledgeable about a particular subject, and did it. Didn't talk about it. Actually accomplished, and did it. A lot of people want to do stuff in life. But and Charlie, you did a lot of stuff in life. You wanted to be. You got in early on, and you look at you now. You have a studio, and wait till and Ben, you Ben just wants
I'm
to
here.
be Ben. So you got Film Threat magazine,
Right.
editor of Computer Player magazine.
oh my
I wanna
God, what you're digging a little deep there.
Well, that's my job. The producers
Wow.
and the
All
consultants on this podcast want to be thorough.
Okay.
I don't know how Ben Wilson
So
slipped
they're going
into
to
this
file a
podcast.
lawsuit, and they want to know everything about you.
And your television, I want to talk about video games. I have questions about video games. Television's appearances, Jones Computer Networks, which later became ZDTV.
Sure. Yeah.
G4 television program,
Right,
Attack
yeah.
of the Show, on FX. That was an FX series. Is FX still
I did some shows for FX. I did a show called The New Movie Show and a show called The X Show for FX. Back in the day.
Is FX still a network?
It's still a thing. They
Yeah.
do mostly narrative. That's when they were getting into cheap television, which is, just reality.
And you did a new movie,
New Movie Show.
a new movie show with also on FX, and
Yes.
then you did a movie called Independent Movie, Big Fat Independent Movie.
That I did that movie, yes. So
And you're also an author as well. I didn't bother to write those down.
I've failed at many things. That so you name it, books, television, movies. I had comedy even for a stint. But yes, I have reached the heights of as far as I can go and not be successful, and then sort of just like downhill from there. So
Join the club.
Pretty much exactly. Yeah, exactly. I'm at that medium level of, I won't get soft from too much success because I've never had it. So there you go.
So what would be your what would be on your business card? Because I know you're a film critic, TV personality, or talking head in your given subject, and you are a movie buff. You know a lot about movies, just about anything there is. So you got a full plate of knowledge and video games. In your infancy, you were involved in video games.
Right. If I had to put something on a business card, I would say nerdlebrity. That would be what I would put, because it's not. I think celebrities are not even a thing anymore, practically. Nerdlebrity. If you're into any of those things, you might know who I am or confuse me with someone else. And you know what? I'll take it. So there you go. There you go.
This is something that I found that I thought would be good because of your appearance on Dead Air LA #2. This is the popular streaming services. Netflix is number one. Its monthly cost is $9 and up. I don't know what means and up. And U.S. viewers 175 million. The number two is Amazon Prime. Monthly cost $9. And 137 million people. And then, because you always figured out how could they pay Dave Chappelle $60 million to do 4 comedy specials? Well, that's why they can. 137 million
Times 9.
times. I mean, it's pocket change. The third one is a thing called Hulu.
Hulu, yeah.
$6 and up. U.S. viewers 110 million. The fourth one is a new one to the game, but already they're doing great. The Disney Plus monthly cost is $8 and 101 million U.S. viewers. And then the big one that's, I guess, the newest one, even newer than Disney. And you know about this, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I particularly wanted this to talk to you about. HBO Max, the monthly cost is $15, and that has 54
Little pricey.
54 million people are paying $15. So I don't know where to begin.
People got way too much time on their hands, man. That's
Well, I
what
think
they-
HBO Max is the value because there's nudity. So that as nudity begins to be sunsetted in cinema today, HBO Max is a plethora of opportunities to see
Heathen materials, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's Game of Thrones alone on HBO Max will open that world up. If you can research this on Mr. Skin or not.
So just like in Blazing Saddles, where they didn't want any images of somebody punching a horse, are you saying that movies being made today are going to be no more? They're not going to show any dirty, unclothed people?
I grew up watching films in the 70s, and that was, of course, a golden age along with the 80s. Classics, I guess it's a classic now, films like Porky's. But yeah, no, you don't see a lot of nudity in movies today. I mean, there's a whole dead genre called the teen sex comedy. That used to be a genre. It no longer exists.
Or the black comedy. No offense, Ben.
Right.
You're gonna go there.
Yeah. Well, yes, true. Like,
Where the white women at?
yeah. I mean, Blazing Saddles.
We can't kick you out of the studio because you own the studio.
Right.
So I've got
So I guess you can get away with anything you want.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, for me, HBO Max is probably my favorite on that list. Disney Plus maybe the least favorite, but there you go. That's interesting. It's interesting to see how our habits have changed.
And people are
in
trying
the way
to
we-
save money by getting rid of their cable or their dish, or I don't even know if DirecTV is still out there.
Well, Hulu's embedded in every phone now.
So their business model is going away, just like NBC, CBS, and ABC.
Right.
And but they're going to wind up paying just as much for cable. See, you can't win.
No,
you just can't
They've
win.
got the price right here, and they just split it up 18 different ways.
And
Make
don't
you
laugh
think
at
you're
me,
getting a
Chris.
deal.
I get my television from the antenna on the top of my residence, and I get the 3 normal traditional legacy channels.
Yeah.
PBS, 3 of those. I get your KTLA 5, and I get enough channels. But there's a law that people without prescription, and this is what this is. It's prescription TV.
Well,
Just like if you were paying for a magazine, you're paying for TV. Go ahead, Charlie.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
No. Anybody can say anything they want at any time.
just was wondering what
This is
a
Dead Air
television-
LA, number 2.
I just wonder what a television was.
We can't kick them out. I'm sorry, folks. We just can't ask them to leave. So there's a law that the government has to stream these digital channels.
Right.
And let me ask you this question. See, I have so many questions for you.
Uh-oh.
It's so hard to do a previous channel when there could be 3 previous channels with 50.1, 50.2.
True.
So I can't unless you, sometimes you can if it's the first channel on 7 and you're watching something on the first channel 7. So is that a fact? Or just not my system, right? Or is there a
It's
special
probably-
remote control you can get?
Yeah. I think my recommendation is get a Roku box. It's the only thing that is. Roku boxes are, it's open source, and there are tons of different channels.
Well,
on
that's
the Roku box. I would recommend get a Roku box. Get rid of the antenna.
Yeah.
And just get the apps.
But that's what I don't want. You
You don't want a box.
There's only so much. I don't want too much content. I want to limit
Yes.
my content because, I went on the Netflix once to look at documentaries.
Yeah.
And there was 1 billion documentaries.
True.
I just shut it down because it's an
Sensory
overload.
overload.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with my antenna. My friends tell me all the time, get the Roku or get this, get that.
Yeah.
And I just
175,000 channels on and nothing on.
Yeah. That's what it feels like sometimes.
and the infomercials. So let's
I like those.
what else do I have here?
Those are very informative, actually.
These are news stories
What are
on paper. That's
what's the latest
amazing.
in infomercials?
Yeah, these are items of interest that I have.
It's tea
Tea.
for your knee.
Oh,
Yeah.
different magazines that come to my
20
house,
bucks,
and I try to. These are the items of interest, but I have so many questions for all 3 of you. All
2 of you.
Yeah.
2. He knows
And
everything.
one he wants to kick out of the studio, but But
no, you're a good guest, Ben. All right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Everything's just fine.
I detect a little animosity and something not quite right over there. I'm not sure what it is.
You're detecting you're detecting
a
that something
love-hate
that's-
relationship,
Oh,
maybe
no,
something
we
like
go back
that.
a long time. No, I think he's a little edgy. I think. Are you
This is all right. Yeah, it's gonna be me. I knew it was gonna be me.
let's just. This is why they call it dead air. I got so many things. All right, let's talk about. Let me give you some stuff anyway while I'm thinking about my next question. These are some gifts that I bring. I like to bring.
Do I got to pay for it?
One way or another, you're gonna.
That's
have to pay
good.
for it.
Ooh.
Do you like that?
I love this. I have
That's great.
quoted this
Love
statement
this.
before.
I love stickers.
Yeah.
Stickers.
Are
with,
these
great.
different stickers? Is this like
stickers with a nice message. Yeah.
You put them over
opening
the place.
up fortune cookies.
This is nice.
They're for putting them on your back bumper when people slam into you. You know, you cover up the.
Yeah.
There you go, Chris.
Wow, I like this.
Is that an Apple Watch?
That's great. Is
Yes,
that your
it is.
avatar?
Yeah.
Is that your
All
avatar?
right.
I kept asking my brother-in-law, Paul Maniscalco, for his Apple Watch, and he got a new one, and he gave it to me, so that was nice.
Would you buy a car from this guy?
That's his avatar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh?
Everybody.
Oh, pens. I like
All
highlights.
right. Look at that.
Brand new highliner. These
Sure.
haven't been used before.
Wow.
Everybody needs a highliner.
Oh, girl, like this. Yeah, straight up.
So talk to me about. Let me ask you this question. I think is on everybody's mind. Do you think that video games, because you do affect the conduct of impressionable young minds? Because
Yes.
that's in the news all the time.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
What? Video games?
Because you were involved in that in your early career, right? Video games.
Yes, and I've been a video game fan. I think that the politicians and whatnot are always looking for something to blame. So violence is blamed on comic books, right? There were actually hearings about comic books and how they influenced young minds. So I think there'll always be a way to it's comic books, it's television, it's rock music, it's
Scapegoating.
It's
Scapegoating?
skateboarding, it's whatever. So yeah, I mean, video games has been one of the things that has been a way to distract from these. Politically speaking, I'm sort of in the middle. I'm very middle of the road, but I think if you feel that a politician really cares about your interests, I feel like you're the kind of person that would think that a stripper is very interested in you. It's the same kind of thing. They just want something from you. In the case of a stripper, maybe a $20 bill. In the case of a politician, they want your vote. And I think what they do is they look at ways to distract us from the fact that they're for the most part worthless. So that's just my personal opinion.
They're all corrupt.
Politically, I know that I may be taking a huge stand by saying this.
Do you have an iBox? Don't you have an iBox? What is it called?
An iBox?
No, I've
want
got
an
a
Xbox.
PlayStation.
PlayStation
But
1.
I've got 3. I'm behind.
So you like video
You have
games?
3-1, right? Hold on.
Yeah, no,
PlayStation.
the PS3.
Oh, the PS3. That's right. We were talking about that.
Oh, he.
Do
oh,
you still play them today?
No, I usually use it for music and streaming right now.
he's
How
one of
about
them.
you? You a video game?
He's one of
Ryan?
them elites. I said, now I see what's happening. Get that PlayStation 3 and everything.
Oh, that's why I
Okay,
put him
all
over
right.
here. Now I didn't want to sit him next to you, Charlie.
Yeah, we'd be fighting over here. No, I'm just kidding. What about the video game thing?
Are you
Is that
a
what we're
video
talking
game enthusiast yourself?
about? Not really. I was really shitty at that thing. I mean,
I had a
hand-eye
job once. It's
coordination,
kind of addicting.
You know?
The one where you shoot the cannon
Yeah.
at the shoulders.
I still love pinball.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, and it shows blood. This is an old
Yes.
one.
Yeah, we
Now
got-
I hear they're so realistic.
Should we just break off and go hop on a PlayStation in there and do some video games? You guys can wait, right?
Well, why don't we start?
anyway.
Why don't we start some items of interest, and then we'll get back into this.
Sure.
It's all about what's appropriate for your age group,
right.
I think, personally.
This is a segment of Dead Air LA that we read items of interest. You can chime in anytime you want and add anything you want to it.
And I can shut the fuck up. I know how I get
No,
it.
no, that's not. No, I want everybody to participate in this. I wish I had a button under here I could just.
Yeah.
A Wisconsin man has broken a record by completing 1.5 million push-ups over the span of a year. Nate Carroll averaged 4,100 push-ups a day, sometimes pushing his limit to 7,000 a day, while balancing life as a dad and a social worker. Carroll used the challenge to raise money for the Tunnel of Towers Foundation, which provides homes for injured veterans and first responders, and set an example for his own children. Winning a small endurance battle each day, Carroll said, builds strength and shapes one's perspective of what is possible. A bakery in a small town, Texas, has received an outpouring of love after getting backlash for supporting the gay community. Early this month, Confections posted a Facebook photo of its rainbow cookies with the caption, "More love, less hate." The bakery lost social media followers. One customer canceled an order for 5 dozen cookies, but after co-owner Don Cooley expressed his sadness on Facebook, hundreds of customers came, forming a line that stretched for blocks. "That line brought me to tears," Cooley said. "We just wanted to be inclusive, and it was so heartwarming to see how many people felt the same." Yeah, what do you think about this? Somebody didn't like more love, less hate. Somebody thought that was a bad idea. You know, you just wake up in the morning, just waiting to hate somebody. You know,
Like Trump used to
don't
do
you
on
want somebody in your family like that? You know,
like Trump at 5 a.m. banging on that Twitter, just lighting somebody
well,
up at 5 a.m.
I don't know about that. I can't comment on that. We don't
Yeah,
talk.
we're neutral
We
here,
don't
yeah.
talk politics on
middle-class.
dead air. That's a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
We don't want to
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about that.
No.
Well, you're
You
dealing
know,
with all middle class
this
here.
is just
so,
an item
you know.
of interest, Charlie.
It's just an example.
Yeah,
I
but I
mean,
don't
you
know
know.
why.
But
did
I
you
don't
hear
do
what he
that.
said? You voted for Trump twice, didn't you? Ben Wilson loves Donald Trump.
The big poster.
I think I saw him over Kanye.
A New Jersey school district is removing the names
Or
of
someone
all
holding the
holidays
camera.
from the school calendar, so not to offend anyone.
No, is that the
Taking-
real thing?
Huh?
These
Wait,
are
what?
real items of interest. I
So
can't
there
make
are
these
no
up.
holidays.
Can you believe this shit? This
No
stuff.
holidays.
Right. Right.
We're in that time now, man. It's that time of, we
No, but
entered-
it doesn't
entered
mean it's
Aquarius.
right. I guess
all.
it's after we're all gone, it'll be right because people won't know what was before.
True.
You understand?
Well,
Yeah, so
which part
So
of
all
are
the
they going to
holidays.
have are they going to have classes on holidays?
A New Jersey school district is removing the names of all holidays from the school calendar so not to offend anyone. The decision came after a very public meeting about the board's decision to replace Columbus Day with Ingenious Peoples Day.
I like your pronunciation.
Indigenous.
I think that's yeah.
People's
I love
Day. Can you believe it? They changed Columbus Day to that. Every holiday will now be listed as a day off, so we don't have to have anyone with hurt feelings, explained board member Doreen Roach.
I think we reached peak
But-
caring about our feelings. I think I feel like we care about our feelings maybe a little too much.
There's safe space in teddy bear.
I guess maybe I grew up in a different time where no one gave a shit about how you felt about anything. It was your feelings are kind of secondary to,
Listen to this one.
other stuff. I don't know. Can I say shit on the show? Is it?
Yeah.
You're gonna
All
bleep
right.
me. You're gonna bleep me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you might want to
I'll
keep it
to a
so we
minimum.
don't have to. I may
Make
want
my
All
job
right.
harder.
Bleep me. Bleep me.
YouTube is so sensitive,
Right. Right.
A Nevada conservative group wants teachers to wear body cameras to ensure that they don't teach critical race theory. Karen England, founder of the Nevada
Karen.
Family Alliance, says she received reports of teachers contradicting the lessons taught by parents at home. How did you know that, Karen? You, particularly on race. And the body cameras would create a record that could be viewed by appropriate parties.
And then they'll go to the school board meeting that night and argue, or a council meeting that night and argue against the police wearing body cameras.
Yeah, and there'll be a massive fight too, because we've
Right.
seen school board meetings lately.
Oh,
they're very-
they're
they're like
very
a-
entertaining.
They're
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
hockey game. They're like a hockey game.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to a hockey game?
Yeah.
Few.
Love hockey. Love hockey.
Very expensive, huh?
Well, yes. Now it is.
God, even the seats way up at the top.
The guy,
Oh, yeah.
guy five seats over to the right from me. I guess that's the right. Yeah. Got banged in the head with a hockey puck while I was at the game.
Whoa.
That was pretty
Yeah.
exciting.
They take him out in a stretcher.
Yeah, sure did.
Well,
Out cold.
He can sue. Even though the ticket says you're not responsible, you can still sue.
can still
Lawyers
sue.
can sue for anything.
Yeah.
I'm going to sue Ben right after
lawyers.
this podcast. This is about Jeffrey Tobin, that analyst from CNN who was dropping his drawers and masturbating. Tobin, the legal analyst, fired last year by
CNN.
CNN,
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a white boy freak.
returned to CNN Airways with a confession. Not turning off his camera during that call was a deeply moronic Tobin said.
It wasn't an apology; it was a confession. I see.
Yeah, I actually saw that that so-called apology, confession, whatever. It was humiliating. I'm shocked that that was allowed to happen, or that he allowed himself to be put in that position. Not to mention just the stupidity of doing that. Who thinks when you're in work mode that you're going to go and rub one
Perverts.
out?
And jerk
Yeah,
off.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Sickness.
yeah, it's like
I had a
like,
girlfriend who liked to do it in the car on the pier in front of a small family. She'd wait just until a small family with kids.
It's a little strange.
And if people like from the church came, then she would really go bananas.
I got a
She
lot of
liked
thoughts
it,
on
you know.
relationships, so
And I
let's
didn't
not
wanna-
even go there right now.
I didn't want to argue with her. After NBC executives shut down production of an upcoming action game show, Ultimate Slip and Slide, amid an outbreak of explosive diarrhea that 40 crew members caught,
I thought it was Hep C.
and some racing to porta potties. That's pretty funny. You like that,
Yeah.
Ben?
Yeah.
I heard about that.
I wonder if it was
I heard
more
about it as well.
slippery afterwards.
It's what's great about living in America. You really rarely get diarrhea. You know, you really have to go out of your way to get diarrhea.
I bet it slides
Everything's
a lot quicker,
clean.
though.
The food is, you
Yeah.
know.
What do you do? You're at your neighbor's house, and all of a sudden, bro, can I use your shower for a minute? And he says no. What do you do?
I don't know.
Drive home in your car like that?
Listen to this. After you got to put paper down.
Oh, that's
You know,
what you do.
brown
Okay.
paper bags.
Oh, okay.
I had a guy in the car once that had a leaky butt.
Oh, yeah. And you ain't riding with me again, bro.
Yeah,
Not
exactly. I didn't
happening.
know. I didn't
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
I didn't
you
know
know
until
now.
he told me. You know. I didn't know.
I've got he left a little present for you afterwards.
But I couldn't have helped the way I was driving. I was driving, so I was really mad because I thought he wanted me to pick him up and take him someplace one day. And then I did it again, I think. And then I found out, it hit me like a bolt of lightning, that he just wanted me to take him home from work every day. You know, I thought it was a special occasion. And when I found out he was using me as an Uber driver, I drove like a nut, man. That guy, it's no wonder he went and pooed in his pants.
No wonder your seats are messed up, man. You still got the car?
And after, do I have that car?
Yeah.
I can't remember. I've had so many used vehicles.
So many people pooped in, you had to change them out. Huh?
A Cape Cod lobster driver, Michael Packard, claimed he was swallowed by a humpback whale while swimming underwater. I felt this huge shove, and the next thing I knew, it was completely black or dark. And says the modern-day Noah, who estimates he was in the whale's mouth for 30 to 40 seconds before it spat him out.
Jonah.
Yeah, it should be Jonah.
I don't believe that one. Do you believe that one, Chris?
I maybe he was high. It's possible he
Yeah.
was on drugs.
Because that someone closes in around you and just... I don't see how that's possible. But, hey, everybody wants their 15 minutes
You
of
want to
shame.
hear about Marlon Brando and the woman who, not really.
Nah, he old, bro. He way too old. Let's
The
talk
woman who
about
took
something
the
else.
Oscar for him that time.
Yeah, that's right.
You want to hear that one, Chris?
Yeah. I
What
remember that
happened?
video footage.
Oh, we must be talking about TV again.
Her name is... we'll get back to movies.
Oh,
I wrote all my movie
I don't want to
favorites
see
down for
them
Chris.
either.
Okay, this is going
It's
to be
funny
interesting.
the ones that came to my head right away.
Right.
And
Yeah,
I'm sure there's a
exactly.
great amount of movies that I haven't seen that are great
Yeah.
movies, but I can
Yeah.
only tell the ones that just when someone says, "What are your favorite movies?" These are the ones that came out of my head real quick without a lot of thinking.
Right.
So her name is Sheehan Littlefeather. Was the star of one of the most surprising moments in the history of the Oscars. Said so and so and so and so and the so and so and so and so. I leave out the people's names in publications because nobody cares.
Yeah.
At the 1973 awards ceremony, Marlon Brando was announced as the winner of the Best Actor category for his performance in The Godfather. But rather than Brando, it was Little Feather, then 26 and wearing a buckskin dress, who took to the stage. The Native American activist told the audience and the 85 million people watching at home that Brando was rejecting the awards to protest the treatment of American Indians by the film industry. Her speech drew mix of applause and boos. Backstage, people made stereotypical war cries at her and mimed tomahawk chops. I'm not laughing at it. I'm laughing at
The behavior.
the behavior.
The reaction.
I respect casinos everywhere.
Oh my God.
Little Feather has ended up in the Oscars by happenstance. After hearing Brando speak about the Native American rights, she got his address from Godfather director Francis Ford Coppola.
Is that a she or
I
a
like
he?
him because he made Godfather and he could retire.
Yeah.
He made a series of
Yeah,
movies
it's true.
and said, I'm going up to wine country and Hollywood can kiss my
I'm
ass.
gonna wine country
Yeah.
get
Oh, yeah.
drunk.
How cool is that? You
Yeah.
know, he did
Yeah.
it his way. You know?
It's great. Perfect. I want
Same
to end
thing
up.
with
like-
Scarface.
I want to end up
If you're an
falling
actor
down.
and you were in Scarface, that's the only movie you needed to be in. You never had to audition again
That's true.
if you didn't want to.
Well,
Yeah.
you could also have been in The Godfather, so it's
Or The Godfather
yeah.
or
Yeah, there you
Easy
go.
Rider.
Yeah.
You know, even Jack Nicholson didn't have to work again if he didn't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in a cult classic.
Stab of friends don't gotta work neither.
Native American rights. She got his address from the Godfather from a neighbor in San Francisco. She sent Brando a letter, and the two became friends, though never lovers, as some have claimed. He was. I thought he was having sex with the Indian too, didn't he?
I'm
The
so
squaw? She was
confused.
beautiful.
Right now. Was it a he or she? I didn't really forget.
It's a woman. It's a woman.
Oh, okay. So I'm a little slow.
Sheehan Little Feather. Brando wrote her an 8-page speech to read at the Oscars, but on the night of the event, she was told she would be limited to 60 seconds, forcing her to improvise. I didn't raise my voice, says Little Feather, now 74 and battling a terminal breast cancer, but I prayed and my ancestors would help me. I prayed that my ancestors would help me. I went up there like a warrior woman. I spoke from the heart. Good for her. That was a remarkable.
one of the highlights of the
That's
Oscars.
nice.
Oh yeah,
That's when people used to watch the Oscars.
Yeah,
85
85 million.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
this past year was what, less than 10 million, around 10 million?
And
Because people wanna be
there's-
entertained.
There's a segment of population that want actors and actresses to shut up and take their award, and they're missing the whole point. One of the highlights of any award ceremony is the person who wins what they're gonna say.
Right.
Yeah.
What
Right.
they're gonna
That's right.
say.
Yeah.
I worked in a job where they were giving out awards for 5 years, 10 years, 20, and you see the employee that comes up there and they has nothing to say. Oh, yeah.
Well, you see the morals clause in those contracts,
Yeah,
right?
he walks down and sits down like a mute, like a freaking mute. You know, people that don't know what they're talking about are the funniest people in the world. That's the best part. That's the best part of the Oscars
think
to
they
see what
do.
they're gonna say, who they're gonna throw under the bus.
Yeah, 'cause
Oh,
they-
they shouldn't talk politics. They should just act. Well, they got a platform.
Right.
It's like this taking a knee. They say, oh, why should they protesting at the NFL game? Because if you protest in your backyard and nobody sees you, it's not a protest. It has to be done in front of a large amount of people. That's why they had to do it at the NFL game.
Is it because
You
black?
know, I'm sorry, but I get excited. There was so many stupid and ignorant people in high school. We all know that. We all went to high school. But we didn't know there were that many. And they're all on the highways and byways of the community
Clogging
all
up the
across the
freeways.
country. And there were just not that many in high school. Mm-hmm. But there seems to be multiplied and multiplied and multiplied.
Yeah. I got paddled in high school.
He's taking a knee. He's not taking a knee against the United States of America. He's not taking a knee against the troops. He's taking a knee about another subject.
Yeah.
Ben,
Yes.
That black
Very good.
built all of America, something like that.
I don't know.
yeah.
Well,
We gotta-
mistreatment, particularly Kaepernick's case by the
And
police.
all of Washington D.C. and
This
Virginia
happened
and
right
South,
here in
yeah,
Redondo
North.
Beach, California. Listen to this, Chris. Charlie.
Who?
Charles.
Who
Charlie
was I?
Watts.
Who am I?
Listen to this, Ben. I know you're a man of the cloth. A California nun who took a vow of poverty pleaded guilty to embezzling $835,000 from a Catholic elementary school.
Wow.
This is St. James,
Wow.
right here in Redondo Beach.
Wow.
St. James. Can you believe this? She's a nun. She stole all that money.
She's got money.
To fund gambling sprees in Nevada. Mary Margaret
And the male
Cooper,
strippers.
79, who's now retired, admitted that over a decade, she used her position as principal to drain donations and tuition fees from a school in Torrance. It's not Torrance. Maybe it's Redondo Beach, I think. It's not Torrance. It could be Torrance. It's right on the border there. To cover large gambling expenses that she built up at casinos. She is very remorseful, said. They're always remorseful after they
Right.
get caught. Sorry for any harm she has caused, said her lawyers.
Wow.
One parent who faced off against her in a Texas Hold'em tournament at a school fundraiser had noted that the nun was one hell of a poker player.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, she's a member of the Yeasty Beasties Club out in Vegas, too. She comes in with that whip and the chains, and they get them 4 girls crawling on the
Shut
feet.
Charlie's mic off! Where is Mink? Shut Charlie's mic off! Let's. I'm moving along quick because I got a lot of questions for all three of you. So we'll
That's
just do some more. An English artist who wanted to call attention to the dangers caused by electronic waste used e-cast-off to construct a giant Mount Rushmore. Thank you very much. You
do
could have
it.
just dropped it off.
In the ocean, like I do.
Save time.
You know, you must have been doing something. The worldwide COVID death toll in 2021 has already exceeded that of 2020, largely because the pandemic spread and intensification in parts of Asia and Latin America. So far this year, the virus has been responsible for nearly 1.9 million deaths. I am vaccinated. I always
But, you
go
know,
anywhere without it.
I paid $300 for one of those at a place.
We're not out of the woods yet.
But there were no flu deaths last year. Odd. Yes,
Here's
man.
one for you electronic enthusiasts. Elon Musk's Boring Company opened its first underground loop, said so-and-so and so-and-so. The 1.7-mile conduit beneath downtown Las Vegas consists of 3 passenger stations connected by stretches of 12-foot wide tunnels, all lit with color-changing LED lights. Inside, a fleet of 62 Teslas pick up and drop off passengers, turning a 25-minute walk across a mammoth convention center into a 2-minute ride. It doesn't exactly look like the giddy vision of the future Musk once promised, which involved cars descending on elevator platforms before zooming along tracks inside a massive network of subterranean tunnels.
That's got to be safe.
But the boring, what's going to happen to you down there? Maybe just an explosion.
You get stuck down there
One of the
tripping your ass
batteries
off.
overheating and blowing up. What could happen down
Just
there,
imagine-
Charlie?
Just imagine you just get stuck down there because you're looking at the lights.
Yeah, you could get, what do they call it? You're getting a big kick out of Charlie, aren't you, Chris?
Yeah, I love it.
See, stupid has its place.
The Boring Company has plans to extend the loop from downtown Las Vegas to the city's stadium and airport, where riders might eventually hail a driverless car via an app.
What happens when that thing goes off autopilot and smacks into the one in front of it?
I don't know, Charlie. It's something that you and Ben and Chris are going to have to
I
discuss.
think Elon need to get working on that.
More than a year after all anchors dropped, cruises are slowly returning. Great.
Paul Anka. He's still around.
Listen to this one. An auction winner paid more than $28 million for an 11-minute ride into space alongside Jeff Bezos. Nearly 7,600 people from 159 countries registered a bid on the July 20 flight aboard. What is today?
Today's
Is it Monday?
It's coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Used to be, you want to get
Well, Richard beat him in space. That's how that works.
Yeah, the Englishman. I wasn't happy about that.
I know.
Richard Branson.
Yeah,
America. Tell you.
America.
Used to be, to get girls, you'd get a Corvette, you'd get a sports car. Now it's like, hey, do you want to ride in my spaceship?
A whole
bad-
new definition of stupid.
How bad does your marriage have to be to want to blast off into space?
Well,
There's nothing up there. It's a bunch of garbage.
I solved that problem a long time ago. See, about 10, 15 years ago, we got some of them K-rails from Caltrans, and they're about 12 feet long, so every room is at least, usually at 12 feet or so. I had to take some walls out to get them in. But we did that, and then I got my 5%, and she's got her 95%, and the plywood's up on the top of the K-rail, just like they came off the freeway. Someone got the holes in them, so somebody can take a look at her. But it's been beautiful. We set our boundaries. We don't cross them, and it's great.
The Girl Scouts have 15 million boxes of unsold cookies after COVID-19 nixed troops' traditional cookie booths. The Girl Scouts normally sell around 200 million boxes of cookies per year, or about $800 million worth. And they're the shittiest cookies you could ever imagine.
How come you didn't get them to sponsor you?
They go right through
We
you.
could have had cookies up to the walls in here.
I don't know, Charlie.
Yeah, you better stay away from the Girl Scouts too, bro.
Oh, yeah,
Telling you.
it's a new world now. I can't even talk to them at the bank.
It's okay. Some state voters, it's okay to get married at 13 now.
You want to hear about Ned Betty?
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Just
All right, this is the obituary for, this is Ned Betty. He was
that Betty?
84 years young when he died. Ned Betty's remarkably prolific career spanned hundreds of films and TV roles, but his first big screen appearance was for many viewers his most memorable. Playing a general businessman on a canoeing trip in rural Georgia, Betty gave the 1970 movie Deliverance its harrowing standout scene in which gun-toting hillbillies force him to strip and squeal like a pig before one of them rapes him. Oh, jeez. Now, how should I play this? Do you want me to spread my ass cheeks or And I was too young when that came out, and I was a Boy Scout, and they took me to see it. And I know
Like it?
I'm a real big fan of the rated R because it's really true. Unless a person is mature enough to handle these images, and I was too young for that.
That was a little shocking, huh? Especially when a boy get trapped by that tree down in the swamp.
And the bone coming out of his leg, the compound
that was
fracture.
great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
And the hillbillies were weird, and they were all incest, and then,
Hey,
that was
just natural filming of where I grew up.
And I saw it in the real. I saw it in the real theater,
yeah.
and I didn't
You want to see that? You like it?
I didn't care for
You
it
come
at
over
all.
and hang out at the farmhouse.
I
with me.
even called the people, the lawyer, to see if you've been touched or molested.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, this is what happened. I was too young. They took me to see Deliverance, and it messed my mind up. To this day, I can't canoe.
They said that'd be
And
$1,500, and I got a shrink number for
I
you.
hate banjo. I don't like banjos. And Steve,
Oh, man.
Steve Martin? I can't watch him play the banjo. And they said no. They said you got to be touched. I
I
guess.
just haven't experienced it in the right environment. I mean, come down here next time I get a bluegrass band in. You can sit right here and watch them live.
How long you been in the studio?
Too long, like way too long. I don't get out much.
Squeal like a pig before one of them rapes him. Such chilling fare wasn't typical, but before Beatty there was no typical. The character actor could be menacing, buffoonish, tough, funny, or sentimental. He was a racist sheriff in White Lightning. That's a good movie that I haven't written down. I saw that one in 1973. Oh, that other one with Sidney Poitier and that
Still the
great
Night?
actor where the sheriff and he comes down to solve the murder. Mm-hmm. Remember that one? Who's that actor who plays the sheriff? He's kind of nutty. He went nuts, but he was. I see. That's the problem.
Barney Fife?
If I don't write it down.
No, the movie's great, but I can't think
Is
of
it
the
In the Heat
actor's
of the
name.
Night?
In the Heat of the Night.
Yeah, the heat of the
The
night.
sheriff. What's the sheriff's name? It'll come to you.
Andy.
Oh man. what was the
yeah,
sheriff's?
Carol O'Connor.
I think we
No.
get,
It was not. I know Carol O'Connor. It wasn't Carol O'Connor. You're thinking about the TV show.
Okay.
Him and his
All in the Family.
No,
drug addicted son. His son is in that the television show.
addicted to that crocodile stuff. That's a Southern joke.
Man, this gives me the chills. These movies are great. These, like you said, the old movies when they really were movies. You know, there was no special effects.
Yeah.
The bullet, the French Connection, all the
Right.
car crashes, and the car chases were actual stunt drivers who did these maneuvers. Mad World was on my free cable.
It's a classic.
One guy jumps right out of the way in the alley. Do you see that
Oh,
one
yeah.
guy that just
Yeah.
jumped out of the way?
Yeah.
Just jumped out of the way in like a split second.
Yeah.
Unbelievable!
No
it was on.
CGI back
It was
then.
on This TV. You know what This TV channel?
I don't know what This TV is.
It comes from the antenna.
Oh, wow.
Movie channel.
That's what people with our hair
I'm all
call
about the apps.
And I like actors like Jack, and they can just play all different characters, all different
Yeah.
ranges. Jack Nicholson is amazing because every character he plays, he becomes a different person. If you watch Richard Gere, when Richard Gere gets angry in every movie he's in, it's always the same angry.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
there's just levels of acting talent that go deep, and I mean, remember in A Few Good Men the way he nailed that playing the general,
Oh yeah.
playing a greedy general looking for a promotion in Washington, just amazing.
Yeah.
And then there's people that can just go so far. They can just go so far, and they do very well because they got great management,
Yeah.
great agents, and they may have connections, but they just don't have. I guess that's what they talk about when they say range.
Yeah.
Is that what range
Yeah,
means?
oh, yeah. That's absolutely, yeah.
I call it true.
And there's some
talent.
actors that they're pretty much the same in every role.
Yeah, but then there's
And that's
also
okay for comedy. That's okay if you're.
the rub
right?
is that that's what they're paid for.
Right.
We want this star to be this star.
Oh yeah, it's a package deal. They don't want to break
Right.
their persona.
Yeah,
But
it's
wouldn't
like,
it be fun to
I'm
see
not gonna
Tom
pay-
Hanks
yeah.
as a rapist?
Sure.
Oh yeah.
That
At the
would be.
at the supermarket.
But he won't do it because he won't do it because he has the ultimate decision on what roles he takes. He gets stacks. They get
Yeah,
stacks
yeah, I
of
bet.
scripts.
Scripts for days probably. with
But
him.
so he wants to play it safe,
yeah. I'll
and
play
he
him.
wants. Well, at the point when you
might-
have so much money, life is too short to just
Yeah.
play it safe.
Yes,
Well,
absolutely.
But you don't know about that other side of Tom Hanks. Maybe.
What's the other side?
Oh, he's baiting you now.
I'm just saying I don't know. Someone fill me in. Is it?
I don't know.
Should check
Hollywood
social media.
side.
Did you see the movie
Texas
An
Chainsaw
Electroglide in Blue? Electroglide in Blue?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you'd love it. It's the same what does it say, genre?
Genre.
Genre that you're
yeah.
talking about. It's with
Genre.
the guy Beretta. You know Beretta?
Yeah.
He plays a motorcycle cop, of course, when he's much younger. And the ending scene is just, it's giving me the chills talking about it. And I only saw it because I caught it on the television. It's called Electroglide in Blue with Beretta.
Never heard- I've
What's
never
Beretta's
seen it.
real name?
Exactly. You and I are like,
I keep thinking Peter Falk, and it's not.
it's not. It's not.
It's
Is Peter something?
no, it's
Peter Falk.
He was in the famous
Peter Falk
movie
was
about
Columbo, of
he was in the
course.
famous black and white movie about the kidnapping and they killed the family.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Oh, that's another good one. And man, good movies they're just priceless because they make so much garbage. What do they make? 144 movies a year or something like that when things are going well.
Yeah.
When things are going well, about 300 or 400 movies get major theatrical release, and most are garbage. But that's just
Right.
my personal opinion.
Which
No,
makes
that's
your
true.
job so hard because just like when they
I don't have a
review
hard
a
job.
car, they don't want to hear a bad thing about a car.
Right, right.
If they
That's exactly what I've said. Is like, no one gets upset when someone gives a car a bad review because it's you're doing a service to consumers. But if you say this movie is bad, you might offend someone because
Of the Hollywood
they
elite.
personally connect with that film and they love it. So, which is fine. We take that criticism art personally. I think
Yeah,
sometimes.
you'll never work in this town
That
again.
Yeah, I don't want to work in this town again.
It's an easy thing to do these days.
What, working in this town or
And
not working?
how did L.A. lose the ball? Who was in charge of permits and filming fees?
Yeah,
Who dropped
no
the
doubt.
ball
That's
in
true.
L.A. that they all went to
Yeah.
the
Nevada.
fake New York and Toronto, and they all went down
Atlanta.
south.
They went to Atlanta.
Well,
They
had to
went
go to
anywhere
Nevada.
they could. Who was the guy that just dropped the ball
Well,
to
probably
keep those jobs in L.A.?
John Holmes, probably.
No, I don't know.
Could have been him. Because
No clue.
you know.
No clue.
the minute you said you had to use a condom, then everything
Oh, you know what
went
I
to
think it is? I think it's
Nevada.
the unions. That's what.
You think it's the unions?
Nah, it wasn't those guys. They just stand around and eat
No, the
donuts all day.
price of the unions is what I'm saying, Charlie.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It costs a lot. You get 20 donuts, get one road case moved over.
Charlie.
Shut the. So true.
And the last one, and the last item of interest for this Dead Air LA number 2. You can lead a man to Congress, but you can't make him think.
That's the best one.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Wow. So let me just ask you a few pertinent information. What is your feeling about colorization of films? The pros and cons, and the reason I ask is because some older films, it would be fun to watch them in color.
Yeah. I've seen it. I actually don't mind it as long as the original exists, and it does. So I actually
Exactly.
have no issue with the colorization. I think you want to colorize, like, I saw King Kong colorized. I don't know that you want to colorize Citizen Kane, right? But an old, like, Buster Crabbe, Flash Gordon, or Buck Rogers cereal, that would be fun colorized. So I actually don't have an issue with colorization at all, only because, you know, as long as the original remains intact, what's the harm?
Yeah, as long as they don't destroy the original.
As long as you don't destroy the original, what's wrong with it?
I guess, I don't know. People would stop seeing the original. So
That's an issue. Yes.
I don't know.
It's
Because you know those
Yeah.
those old movies, what do they call it? Nora?
silent movies.
Noir, film noir. Yeah.
Wouldn't
yeah.
it be fun to see those in color? Kinda?
Well, I don't know. Casablanca in color would, or I don't know. The Maltese Falcon.
Oh, that's
in
so
color.
I didn't put that down. Those
That
are
would
the two
be-
good ones.
It was already.
Yeah, that would be kind of sacrilege. But, you know, look, it's hard enough to get someone who's a film fan today to watch a movie more than 5 years old. So,
Or
you know,
20 seconds.
what can you do?
And they don't know what
Colors-
they're missing out. They're just missing out.
Yeah.
I don't like it
It's
at all.
it's like
And some of the stuff seems dated anyways. Like,
I got a black and white TV.
are you getting a kick out of Charlie?
I am.
Because I'm not. I am not getting a kick out of Charlie. Let me go over my list, and then we'll talk about them because it's just too much fun. And again, this is just something when somebody says, "What's your favorite movie?" These are the ones that come to my mind, and you can tell me what you think of.
all right,
But
I'll chime in. Ben will chime in. Well,
anything Will Ferrell movies, I think are pretty funny.
yeah.
And I liked Adam Sandler when he's beating up Knickerbocker, the old guy on the golf course.
Yeah.
I love when old guys act young. I think it's great. Network.
Yeah, well, that's the classic. Yeah.
That's the one. I can't take it anymore, right?
Yeah. Well, I
haven't
think
seen it.
is more relevant today, even maybe than when it first came out. You know, like there's movies like
Yeah,
that like.
That's true.
I mean, it used to be now movies are, you know, used to be you go and movies had something to say. You could actually have a discussion after, you know, but now the stuff that's being released is so driven by intellectual property and merchandise sales
DRM.
or a theme park ride. You know, we got, what is it? The Rock has that movie Jungle Cruise coming out based on a theme park ride that
Disney, yeah.
that
He's
that
taking the money
Disney's-
and running. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I like movies that challenge me where we're talking about them, and a network represents one of those kind of movies.
Soylent Green.
Soylent Green, yeah, Soylent Green. I mean, look,
Blade Runner, the original.
the original Blade Runner, yes.
I tried to watch the second one on the airplane, and I just had to shut it off.
Well, I don't completely dislike Blade Runner 2049. I think there's valuable. It's valuable. I think it's the problem is maybe the tone and the pacing for some people. But the original Blade Runner, yes, still holds up to today.
And,
probably even better. You know what came out in '82.
And you guys at home listening can jot these down as I go through them. And
Yeah,
I can guarantee you'll enjoy these movies. The Blues Brothers, of course. I don't think you'll get an argument from
Classic.
anybody.
Classic.
Yeah.
Oh, so you like that, Charlie? You're not going to make a joke about
No,
that.
I saw that. That was
You
nice.
like that
Yeah,
one?
it's so
one.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the only one I've seen so far.
And it's a
Any
great
of those
performance.
artists come through here?
I just keep watching it over and over. I got it on loop in the studio.
The original Blues Brothers is so great. Carrie Fisher, amazing in that film.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bit
She's
part,
in love with that guy, and she's going to go to all lengths to get him back.
and it was Carrie Fisher in her prime too. She was just amazing.
How about The Chase? Do you remember The Chase? It's color. It's with
Which one?
the one with.
I mean, I think there are
Robert
many
Redford is the prisoner that got out in the town, and Marlon
I don't
Brando
remember
is the
that one.
sheriff.
I don't remember that
And
one.
it's
Oh,
the
yeah.
way they talked back then. They were up in a party. The adults were drinking at the party, and the young people were down there. And they looked out the window and said, "Oh, look at the young people." And they said, "Yeah, who doesn't like young people?" You know, there's things they couldn't say today. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think W.C. Fields was like that. The things he used to say, you know, the offhand remarks that you could never get away with today.
He a
You
drunk.
don't even see any W.C. Fields anymore.
He was
They
a
put
drunk.
that in
Right.
they put that in the vault, and they
Yeah.
just must have sunk that vault at the
Right.
bottom of the sea. The funniest W.C.
promoting
Fields, the way he
alcoholism.
talked to people. And Mae West, my God, Mae West,
Yeah,
the way,
yeah.
her jokes. I mean, the way she talked to men was
Yeah.
just
The sexual innuendo was off the charts.
off the
yeah.
Off the
charts.
charts. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And today you
Precisely.
can't even go there. Mm-hmm. When you hug a woman today, you can't even. You got to arch your back so
Yeah.
your chest
I do the same
doesn't
thing.
touch her chest.
Right.
And then a lot of them, the good ones, will say, "Oh, come over here," and then that's
Yeah.
permission to touch your chest to her chest, and maybe some nipple action.
And feel
I don't
some-
know,
feel
but
some
otherwise,
silicone.
you got to watch what you do with these women today.
Yeah, because you break that silicone in the breast, man. They'll sue you.
That too. Get them off. Get them off. You know. So the Chase, you got to get this Chase.
Okay.
A Bullet. With,
Bullet. Yes. Yeah.
You ever seen Bullet? Streets of San Francisco. Did you see it,
No,
Charlie?
I haven't seen it.
Steve McQueen.
The car chase in that, of course.
Steve McQueen. It's one of the.
I just want to hear
Okay.
It's one of
just
the.
checking.
I can hear it. It's one of the
Okay,
most
okay.
classic car chases there is. Bullet,
Yeah.
and he did it
Steve
himself.
McQueen.
That's 57?
Yeah, that was mid 50s. Yeah.
2001: Space Odyssey.
Well, that's probably one of the greatest films ever made.
Boring.
I would
Yeah,
say in the top
I
100.
agree.
Yeah, parts, but it's so stunning, so influential. That's a movie I watch probably at least a couple times a month.
They had this new science
Didn't
fiction
mean to
one.
insult
where-
you, did.
It's very profound. You need to revisit it.
Wow.
Maybe you need an edible while you're watching it. I would highly recommend it, especially the last like 20 minutes that are just mind blowing. But yeah, 2001: A Space Odyssey.
5 or 6.
I got Titanic here, but I put down the original.
Titanic?
because,
Which one? The from the 30s?
1900s?
Yeah.
From the real one?
What?
The self-
You're talking about the Kate Winslet, Leonardo DiCaprio
Not that one.
Titanic.
No,
Not
we're
that
talking
one.
about the one
Oh,
was-
okay.
where they
was
kiss and they go
self-filmed.
under and they survive it.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
In frigid waters. You know, they're just.
A girl swims all the way over to something. Yeah.
Here's the one I told you about.
500 feet
Beretta. What's
down.
Beretta's name?
Beretta.
What was it'll
I
come-
had one
Was
of
it
those.
Robert
It'll come-
something?
If only
Robert
my-
Blake.
Robert Blake.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's
He
right.
was in
Whatever
a
happened to him? Whatever happened to Robert
He
Blake?
got sucked up by a
What
whale.
happened?
He's in a movie called Electroglide in Blue, I believe.
I've never heard of that film.
Electroglide.
And it's a
in
good
blue.
one.
But you brought up earlier Nashville. Robert Altman in Nashville. That movie. I don't even like country music, and I love that film. That's such an amazing movie.
French Connection.
French Connection, of course.
What if Altman
Ice
did that?
Station Zebra.
Ice Station Zebra. There you
I
go.
did
That's
not
a
see
pretty
that.
good
Doesn't
one.
come up in conversation very often.
What's that
Is that-
about?
It's another.
It's like an
sci-fi-
action, kind of sci-fi
space.
action movie, you know.
Oh, okay.
but real, not like
What-
this guy up here. This last one where Mars. Remember Mars? Oh, and the one with George Clooney where they're up in space flying around
You
and
talking about the Netflix one? Or no.
Yeah.
the big one.
Oh, Gravity.
Gravity, right? Yeah.
It was just BS. It was just unbelievable.
Actually-
It couldn't even touch
Yeah.
Death Race 2000. Tell
Well,
me you saw
that's-
that, Chris.
That's a cheesy.
Yeah, but it's funny.
It's a classic. It's funny. It's funny.
You know, you get more for killing infants are like 250 points.
Yeah, exactly.
I loved it. I don't care. David Carradine. Oh, he played him. What they call him in the movie? You got, ladies and gentlemen, and whatever you're calling yourself or how you identify, you got to see Death Race 2000.
It's a classic.
If you like movies and you like David Carradine.
I like the death part. It was good.
I need a laugh machine here, so every time you finish speaking, I'll just put that on there. Of course, Night of the Living Dead.
One of the greatest. I mean, first of all, it began the zombie movie genre. You know, that movie basically began zombie movies. It created all the rules. You have to shoot the zombie in the head. You have to and I don't know. It's just it's a classic that has held up, and the fact that it's like one of the most successful indie movies ever made. Right, it was an independent film that George Romero lost the rights to because of just hiring a bad attorney. So it fell into public domain. And there's a colorized version of that. I would not watch a colorized version of that, but that movie is amazing, and stands up to today in terms of its like sort of beneath the surface social commentary, but not like hitting you on the head with it, right?
And we all know they're coming. They are coming. It's just a matter of when, not if.
Right, zombies. Yeah, it's funny the zombie movie genre has just sort of continued to today.
Yeah, I mean, they're right out there, man. I mean, it's just a question of a little more instability, a little more psychosis.
Scarface. Well, who doesn't?
Hands down.
Oh, yeah, that's
great
my,
movie.
Classic.
I lived that as if I was Al Pacino.
Heat with Sizemore.
Oh, God, yeah.
Tom Sizemore. Unbelievable. I have a friend who's the brother of Tom Sizemore. His name is Paul, and he was very funny. His brother told his brother, Tom Sizemore, told his brother Paul, who I'm friends with, and they were talking about the movie business and how difficult it is, hard, and Tom told him, he yelled at him. He said, "Do you think they're giving out movie star tickets down at the airport?" Because people don't realize what an accomplishment it is to become an actual movie star.
Yeah.
There are a lot of great actors and actresses to become a movie star.
Yeah, because there's so many distractions
And
on the way there.
Yeah.
You go through a lot of money.
it's his studio. It's his studio.
Yeah, I just
No, it's true. And then you want to up that?
Do I want to up what I just said?
I have a friend.
I wasn't hard to be color. He was hard to be color.
I have a friend, James Tripp, who always jokes about I have to become an international movie star by Wednesday.
Who says that?
All my clients.
To be an international movie star.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like you're on another planet
Yeah.
where the whole world knows. I told this story once. I might have told it already on this podcast. I really know what world famous means. I was in Okinawa, Japan, and at a gas station filling up my motorcycle or what have you. On the speaker in Okinawa, Japan, theoretically, you think you cannot get further away from America or civilization. This was back in the early 80s. And it just gave me chills. And out of that speaker, as clear as day, I heard AC/DC. And that's when it hit me. That's what world famous means. It's like Jack Daniels. You can go to a bar anywhere on the planet.
That's true.
And there'll be a bottle of Jack Daniels.
And 4 hours later, you're going to be fighting your ass off.
Or a Budweiser or a Heineken.
Yeah.
We're getting a kick out of you, but I know Chris is getting a real kick out of you.
Chris going to beat my ass when I get out of here.
But that's when I realized what world famous means. AC/DC in Okinawa, Japan.
We've changed that, though.
Crazy.
The world famous thing. Now it's called world class A range. See, that's the new term. That's the new buzz term.
Officer and a Gentleman, one of my favorite
that's a great
movies.
movie.
favorite
Brilliant.
movies.
Stellar.
It's
I
Deborah,
just
Deborah
love-
Winger, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. She's
God,
good.
that was a good movie.
Yeah.
I don't want to marry no Okie from Oklahoma. I got my job back at Sears. We're going to be just fine. Oh, you DR'd? Who DRs in the 6th week? I don't love you. There's no baby. There's no... I don't need the Navy. I don't need anybody. Oh, that movie's a great movie.
That's
Ladies
great.
and gentlemen,
That's a movie that
you've
messed
got
me
to
up.
see Officer and a Gentleman. It's just a great movie. You've seen it, right, Chris?
Of course.
Oh, man.
When it first came out,
God,
back in
Yeah.
the day.
that was when I was back on Okinawa and that was playing. Came in the
AC/DC,
80s or
wow.
something. Peliman 123, the original, with Walter
Walter
Matthau.
Matthau.
Matthau in probably one of the greatest sports movies of all time.
Bad News Bears.
That's correct.
Oh,
Where
Dynamite!
he's-
Dynamite.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was
Agreed.
that movie. They should just. I know they did like some.
They did a horrible,
reboot.
remake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
why
That was
why
disgusting.
people always get upset when they
Right.
announce
Yeah.
a remake.
But the original I saw in a theater when I was a kid. He's drinking Budweisers in that car with the kids in the car. There's just so many things politically incorrect about that
yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
They couldn't shoot that same movie with the.
Well,
you'd-
well,
they
you
would get
can say that
arrested.
about
You'd
movies
be
that were made
protested
5
out
years
of
ago,
Hollywood.
actually. But that movie in particular is such a classic, and it's a that's the thing that was great about that as a sports movie, right? Okay, just to go off on a little bit of a tangent is people think when you say who won the fight in the first Rocky movie, most people say Rocky. He lost the fight, but it wasn't about losing or winning the fight. It was about winning the respect. He won respect of Apollo Creed, even though he lost that fight, technically speaking. And same thing
To
with
the
bad-
point where he gave him a rematch.
Exactly. And they just basically remade the first
Just like
movie,
we-
except that he wins in Rocky 2. But Bad News Bears, same thing. They didn't win. They lost in the end, but they won respect. And that's what makes that was the great thing about movies.
And they
from-
didn't want the respect, though.
exactly.
Take your respect
Well,
and the
that's how-
trophy
Shove
and
it-
throw
shove-
it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. It's just like, but that's what was great about the 70s. It was those movies back then were more real, more reflected real life in the sense that you're not going to win. Things are not going to be easy, but
It's not always a happy ending.
it's not a happy
Your
ending.
team.
Everything's a happy ending
But
now.
it was a
Oh, yeah.
And
perfect ending for that
a
movie.
perfect
yeah.
ending, and everybody's great, and everything's
know-
like there's no journey, there's no losing. That's how that builds character,
how you
right?
learn.
Losing.
This is exactly what my feelings were on the movie Heat. At the end, in the airport chase,
Yeah.
he was this was going to be the last thing. He had to go kill that guy because he ratted him out or he did something wrong. And he was going to pick up his girlfriend. He left the girlfriend in the car. And then Al Pacino, because it's Hollywood in this day and age, he has to prevail. But I wanted Robert De Niro to prevail. I didn't want, and I don't know if this is
Yeah.
politically correct to say, I guess I wanted the bad guy to win.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Because I felt he was going to Europe. He had the plane tickets, the girlfriend. And
Yeah, that was probably some dumb studio note, which is
wouldn't it have
which
been
is
a better
pathetic.
movie if he got away
Yes,
with the
absolutely,
girlfriend?
absolutely.
With the
It would have been a rock
girlfriend?
star. Yeah. It would have been a rock
Yeah.
star.
And
Much
maybe,
better.
I'm not saying kill
You
the...
should be a studio executive.
Yeah, well, a lot of I shouldn't say a lot, but there are movies where you do root for the bad guy, like Quick Change for the another bank robbery movie.
Yeah.
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray,
Wow,
Bill Murray,
well,
you're
there we go.
hoping.
I like it when they
I've
build you up for the
I haven't
black
heard
guy.
that film, someone bring up that movie in so long.
How about the
What
one-
about Dog Day Afternoon? You're kind of hoping
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
build up
you-
the
Oh,
whole
that's
movie,
on,
that's
that's
it.
on here. That's on here.
That's that's
Yeah.
such a good film.
Nice.
Oh man, superb! You know, Walter Matthau was another good movie.
That's a guy
Mr.
with
Charlie or
range.
something, where he was robbing the bank with the airplane. And
Yeah.
remember
But
that one?
I even miss actors like Walter Matthau, because Walter Matthau, you look at him, he's a character actor, right? He's not your traditional good looking, good to watch on screen, but not traditional leading man, right?
Got them
And that's
jaws.
what's great about people like a Walter Matthau, right?
Did you-
or a Ned Beatty for that matter?
And Jack
Otis.
Lemmon and Paper Tiger. Was it Paper Tiger? Was it one when he
Or
owned
The Odd Couple, but
Remember when he
Yeah.
owned a sweatshop downtown and he was having financial problems? Jack Lemmon, that was a great one. God, it's just people.
See, when you start to remember all these really great classic films, it basically drives home the point that so many movies today are just god awful and terrible, and they don't take any risks, and they are just spoon feeding people milk toast. This is what you want. We're just going to give you what you want.
It's called baby effing.
Yeah, baby effing.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
It's called baby effing.
That's what it is. Yeah,
It's lack of step up and get some nuts.
There's no potential for thought even after the film is over, where you would think about that movie. That's why we're still talking about these movies from previous eras, because we're still thinking about them. We're still processing. You're still processing yourself as a little Boy Scout, having watched a man be raped by
hillbilly
Southerners. You know, I don't know if that's the politically correct.
I
don't know
resemble that
I don't know any of them. But what I'm saying is, you saw that to this day,
Beverly Hills hillbillies.
to this day, you're still scarred.
No,
I think
never
there's something to learn from that.
Yeah, if I see a canoe like in a sporting goods section of a store, I have to turn away.
I take it.
I have to
take
turn
it.
away.
I run with it. Sometimes I get away.
12 Angry Men.
Oh God, yes. That's another. That's.
Cat on a Hot Tin Roof.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I love the movies where things are implied. You know what I mean? Like there's
right.
something to be said for not for obviousness. I think is lazy, and I do like that things are underneath the surface.
And that's what they
whatever
did back then.
Yeah.
That's
Because
one
they
thing.
couldn't say what it really was happening, so they had
Well,
to imply
the other part
it.
of that
Yeah,
whole argument is implied, not stated, is much more powerful.
Yeah,
Of
I'm
course.
with you.
It is. You know.
It's the best thing you've said the entire
Well, thanks. I
podcast.
had to say something to redeem myself.
Look,
you
he's
said
serious.
turning
serious
it. They've
thinking.
been
Yeah,
cloned.
we love
We're
you.
all
We love you
thinking
now.
it.
We love you.
We're all
Yeah,
thinking
right.
it.
Stab me in the back on the way out.
Giant.
With James Dean, yeah. Oh my
Well, once
God.
upon
Yeah, I
a
resemble
time,
that one too.
Once upon a time in the West,
Great
Yeah.
cinematography.
Oh yeah.
with Charles Bronson and just a host of famous Godfather. But my favorite Godfather is the cop who got shot in the throat at the dining table at the restaurant.
Totally didn't
Yeah.
expect it.
And
Yeah.
if you watch that guy as a young actor in the what do you call those movies? Noirs?
Noir.
Noir, film
Talkies.
noir.
He's
Yeah,
a famous actor.
Talkies.
yeah.
And he grabbed his throat and he gurgled. It's just like what's his name in Training Day. Denzel Washington looks like he's being shot over near LAX at the end.
Yeah.
You look at that and say, you really think you want to be an actor? Do you really think you can do that?
Yeah.
He looks like he's being shot.
Yeah.
And the same thing with this, the Godfather. He grabs his throat. He's in the middle of eating his whatever it was, and he's gargling. And I mean, it's maybe I'm over
And
getting
these
too
days,
excited
like,
about it, but
they show
but
the
it's-
bullet
it's-
going through the air into the neck, right? But the classics would just be, and then that would be it.
But also,
He'd be
here's
shot.
here's something to consider with that movie. You're talking about one of the greatest moments in cinema history, and one of the things that we don't see very often in films is characters thinking. And by that I mean Michael Corleone, played by Al Pacino, goes into the bathroom and has a choice to make, right? He's a decorated,
this is the moment that he's going to decide.
This is the moment, and there's time. Francis Ford Coppola spends time because he sits there. He's thinking. Remember, there's the sound of the train, and he's just sitting there, and he grabs the gun from under the toilet, and you see him sitting there at the dinner table. We know he has the gun. The audience knows he has the gun, and he's sitting there at the train, and he's sitting there. He's thinking. He doesn't know. Like, is he going to commit murder and then go down this pathway and become a part, or is he going to be the virtuous one and he makes that choice. And so we see so few moments like that in movies these days. Another moment, not to get too nerdy, is when Luke Skywalker is looking at the twin sons of Tatooine, pondering his future. When would a movie stop for a moment to go, we just need to have a moment where a character thinks? No one would ever do that. No one would ever do that
So
now.
this
They're
Lucas
gutless.
is a genius. This Lucas.
George Lucas and Coppola, yes, I have profound respect for them.
How about Harold and Maude?
Oh my God!
We
yes.
got to move some. quick.
Directed by Hal Ashby.
I just saw it in
Brilliant.
Austin in the theater.
Okay, so you just saw it recently.
In the theater.
How genius is that movie?
Unbelievable.
Bud Quartz?
That's called a black comedy.
That's a black comedy.
They don't make them anymore.
They don't make them anymore because
There. Now I'll always know where it is.
yeah, but they don't make them anymore because audiences are stupid today. And by that I mean like humor has been lost, especially if you look at social media.
Just tell me about it.
People
Tell
don't
me about it.
understand
You
what
can't do humor
jokes
anymore.
are. The fact that you have to preface saying a joke with "this is a joke" is how dumb our culture has become.
How about
I'm on a rant right now, folks. So my
Don't worry
apologies. Tell me
about
to
it.
shut
You're
up
gonna,
anytime.
You're going to come back anyway. You're going to come back, right?
Yeah,
We'll
we'll
see.
see.
People in
Mink
countries
will have a
are
conversation.
off limits now for humor. It's about the microphone. It's about this thing over here.
Right,
and
the
little
highlighter.
microphone here. That's
this
it.
microphone.
If you talk about anything else, you're in trouble.
Let me finish this up because we're running out of time.
Sure,
Anything Quentin Tarantino.
Anything quick.
He's our Alfred Hitchcock.
He's of modern age. Yeah, I would agree.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Beyond that,
It's
Yeah,
a Mad World. Original Pink Panther. Please, just the original. Blazing Saddles. Groove Tube. The Bad Lieutenant. Have you seen The Bad Lieutenant?
Of course, I have.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
Have you seen it, Ben?
I did.
Harvey Keitel's penis is a star in that movie.
Oh my
I
God!
heard-
The Bad Lieutenant.
Yeah.
It's just so funny because
was
man,
filmed
he was
in-
a bad lieutenant, and then you watch the movie. He said, "Yeah,
Oh,
he was
yeah.
a bad.
That was what
he was a bad employee."
That was with that new technology filmed in penis vision, right?
Right. Yeah.
The Mechanic
The Mechanic. Oh God.
Oh, yeah.
Christian Bale.
and
Yeah.
Dirty Harry.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love that.
All
movie.
Dirty Harry movies. His westerns, of course. Clint Eastwood's westerns. Not so much the modern westerns.
Yeah.
And all the movies he did, he played that angry old guy who was dying of cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Had some problems with the neighbors. Remember that one? I forget what the name of that one. Torino.
El
Fort
Torino.
Torino. Fort Torino.
Gran Torino.
Gran Torino.
Yes.
Yeah.
Any which way but loose. You see a monk.
silly.
You see a.
What's funny is
Yeah, but that's the
for
first
every which
impression
way you
get.
can, which I
Yeah.
think was the follow up. Yes, I mean Clint Eastwood acting with an orangutan is better than every movie that's come out in 2021.
Exactly.
I think
Absolutely.
that's my declarative statement.
Because it had.
When you look, there was a reality to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he was in love with somebody. His heart was broken.
Yes.
Somebody was. There was so much texture and layers of that movie. It wasn't
Monkey
just
movies are a genre.
And deep behind all
They
that
are.
is
It's
the
a true-
common little alligator theme of he can kill him at any moment.
Right.
if it's Tuesday, it must be Belgium.
Oh, I
Heard of it, not seen it.
Gotta see it.
Who's in it?
Oh, you name it. Who's in it? It's a mad world. The detective who came down the hill to question him after he kicked
Yeah.
the bucket.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah.
Mr. Is that Mr. Roper?
Norman Fell.
Norman Fell is in it.
Oh wow.
And there's a whole. You've just got to see it, and you've got to contact me, and I'll remind you if you forget. You've got to see this movie
Someone
because I
kick-
know you love these movies.
Does someone kick the bucket in it?
That's Mad World.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the guy.
That's what I'm saying. Does someone kick the bucket in this movie?
Not in this one.
Okay.
True Lies. Saw it with my
Yeah,
mother
okay,
in Westwood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great movie. You
Excellent
come out of the
movie.
theater just beaming because you got your money's worth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
True
yeah,
Lies
for
was
sure.
a great. That's what made me
Yeah.
want to go to Florida and take that road to the Florida Keys. Remember all the Florida
Yeah.
Keys?
Yeah, I drove out there once in a semi with Tom Jones's gear and sat there and watched all the meteors come down until it got really heavy, and I was like, "Wow, what happens if one of them comes back and burns up the ship?" What am I gonna tell Tom?
Any Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. Dog Day Afternoon.
That's a great movie.
I think that's it. So
We could just.
Did you
This
have,
was like.
He just blazed
speaking
right
of
over
film
Blazing
noir
Saddles.
and innuendos, Double Indemnity.
Double Indemnity.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
a great
Yeah,
dialogue.
that's
yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah.
movies that I left off. I
Those are all based on great scripts, though. I mean, they took time to write those scripts, and whoever did those script writing on that was just impeccable.
Any questions you have for Chris? Quick, maybe one is. He knows everything about movies. He knows everything about a lot of stuff. If you have any questions,
Not everything.
Well, I was going to say, what are you looking forward to coming out?
Dune probably is the only thing that's sort of on my radar. That and the Suicide Squad by James Gunn. But those are the two in terms of big blockbusters where there's actually a creative visionary at the top where there could the movie could be a good movie.
What about
so
that
those are
one?
the two. Those are the only two coming out this year.
I saw
that-
one in an airplane. What's that one? That superhero guy. The beginning, he's
That could be like
he's
100
committing a suicide on the 55-gallon drums, and he's blowing himself up, and he beats up the neighbors.
That was a dude about the house up in Utah, right?
Was that Bob Odenkirk? Nobody.
I know
don't
you're gonna
what-
love it. I forget what I saw on the airplane. You know, he's a character. He plays. He's part space guy. The beginning of the movie, he's gonna commit suicide on the 55-gallon drums and blow himself up.
Wasn't that Bruce Willis?
No. Die Hard's and other good movies.
Yeah.
So, any
The
other
first one.
questions?
One of the best Christmas movies ever made.
Oh yeah.
Any
for
other?
sure.
Oh yeah.
No, no more questions.
God, I have so many.
Oh, okay.
Chris, what do you want to plug? You want to plug anything and tell us what you're
Nothing.
doing?
Just
Where they can find you?
Follow me on I'm that Chris Gore on everything, and then my movie website is filmthreat.com, and we have a YouTube channel if you want to see me just look up Film Threat Chris Gore YouTube, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. You could just use the Google. There you go. That's it. I got nothing. My website and socials. There
Did you
go.
guys see Black Panther?
Yes.
Yeah,
Good movie, huh?
yeah, really good.
I
We ran it
haven't
at the
seen it.
theater for free.
Nominated for Best Picture.
The theater.
And the
Go-
poor
oh,
gentleman
Miracle
passed
Theater.
away.
Okay.
Oh my God, yeah.
So
Another actor with range.
Yeah. Chadwick Boseman.
Charlie,
Yes.
I want to thank you for
Thank you.
giving us the studio to utilize for Dead Air LA. I want to thank. Who do you want to thank? Do you want to
I
plug
want to
anything?
thank you, man, for being here and doing all this. And
Will
sticking that knife up my
sit
back.
in with us again if we need
Yeah.
you? Will
Yeah,
you come
absolutely.
back?
Oh yeah, I'd
Chris,
love to.
you'll come back.
I'll do it.
'Cause
Ben,
I
you'll
got
come back.
I'll come back.
Yeah, I got sponsors. I got
And,
BLM.
I want to thank the Flying Carpet Studios here in beautiful Redondo Beach. I want to
Yeah.
thank Mink, my director, Tony, my producer, and Scott, my producer, for doing a great job. Scott, Tony, and Mink, thank you very much. If you want a Dead Air T-shirt, go
Wow.
to Holtzman.store, and you can get a Dead Air T-shirt.
Look at
Yeah.
that.
And,
great.
Look at that.
They're
Nice.
and you can get one of these. I also wanted to show you where I live in Austin.
You have a
sure
place in Austin?
I have a
You
Patreon.
sure you want to let that out?
I have a Patreon account. It's only $3, and it's the day job tier, and there'll be no other tiers. That's it.
That's it.
That's,
$3.
right.
That's
That's great.
it.
Perfect.
And
Yeah.
and if you decide that you want to delete it, it's okay. We're still friends. You know, I don't feel bad if you just say, I'm not interested
I
in this
tried it
garbage
and it's not
anymore.
working for me.
But you can still like me. You can still like my comedy. You can still, we can still be friends. I'm not going to get upset.
Is that Facebook friends or is that like real friends?
Oh no, Facebook friends.
Okay.
Now this is the map.
He's not giving anybody a ride to the airport. No.
This is the map of Austin. I wanted to show you.
Where do Democrats live?
I'm renting.
Where do they live?
We're not getting into politics, Charlie. This is. I live right over here. If you can see it, right there.
That big yellow
Nice.
space. All right.
Downtown Austin.
Sweet.
Is,
I love Austin.
it's
Austin is a great town.
right over here is
Not that
downtown
far.
Austin, and that's where I live, right there.
Okay.
Austin-
Where's the
Is
Is Austin
university?
still affordable? Is it still
No,
affordable?
it's getting like LA too, actually.
Yeah, because you got never mind. We didn't talk about this.
But
No, I love Austin. Austin's a great town.
yeah.
I got friends in Austin and
And,
Dallas.
I'll get it, Ben. Ben,
Well,
I'll get
no,
it.
you know what's funny is you yelling at me for possibly bringing in a bag of chips because it's going to make noise, and then he's going to just sit here for the next 15 minutes trying to fold a map back.
No,
Yeah.
this is you got to fold the map correctly, or else. What about Tom
Well,
Cruise's
yeah,
new
folding it
movie?
right. There's a crease down
Top
there.
Gun is coming
Top
out.
Gun 2.
Are you looking forward to that one?
I'm looking forward to that one. Looking forward to it.
Go ahead. What's your favorite movie star?
Probably, I don't know. I like Brad Pitt. And Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I thought was brilliant.
Oh, brilliant.
So
Yeah,
good.
good movie.
Probably don't have one. Denzel's up there, of course.
Yeah.
If you could go anywhere in the whole wide world with a fully paid expense, where would you go?
My house in Huntington Beach. I've already been all around the world. That's the best
That's
place
right,
to live.
that's right.
So
I have a
don't
friend
know.
who worked on cruise ships. He said the same thing. He's retired
Really?
now. I said, where are you going to go? Are you going to travel? Are you going to travel? He goes, no, I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere.
Yeah,
There's
that's
I don't need to travel
Every city
anymore.
looks the same after a while. Trust me.
Where would you go, Chris?
I would go to Japan and I would
Hi.
stay at the Godzilla Hotel.
I think I would pick Japan too, only because I want to go there, but it's one of the most expensive places in the
It's
world.
expensive.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So if
I
you
wanna
had
go there
a
to
free
see
free
Godzilla.
ride, you'd want to go. How about you?
Right,
Where
right.
would you go?
Either Africa or Antarctica.
Well, that's quite a. That's quite
great.
That's
Yeah.
those two very
Yeah, yeah.
different.
Yeah, it's either
Yeah.
meet the aliens or
I guess
meet fellow.
After saying
citizens.
that, I guess I'll have to ask you this: have you ever tried hurting yourself?
No, that would.
If you were a famous rock star, who would you want to be? Freddie Mercury, Liberace, Elton John, George Michael, Boy George, or Marvin Gaye?
Was none of the above in that thing. I think I'd be Marvin Gaye. That's who
How
I'd
about
be.
you? If you were to be a famous rock star, Chris, who would you want to be? Freddie Mercury, Liberace, Elton John, George Michael, Boy George, or Marvin Gaye?
Oh my God, I think I got to go Marvin Gaye.